everyone. Welcome to another episode of Inside Recreation, where we talk about all the great things happening at Montgomery County Recreation. And we are about to get into the busiest time of year for us, which is summer. I'm so excited to start talking about summer camps today. Before that, though, I am your host, Carmen Berrios Martinez, and I've got two wonderful guests with me today. I've got Marhonda Williams, who is manager for our youth development program, and Derrick Felton, who is a recreation supervisor with our Countywide programs. Thanks for joining me today, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, Carmen.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, guys, summertime. So as a mom, right? Like summertime is the craziest time of year because I lose all of the consistency that we have during the school year. And suddenly I got to figure out like, what the heck are my kids going to do for the next 10 weeks or so?
Can be a real challenge.
It is so difficult. So Montgomery County Recreation, we've got you covered, right? And so we have a lot of options for parents. So let's get into that a little bit. The first thing I want to talk about though is it's not too late to sign your kids up for summer camp, right? So registration typically starts in January, right? Yep. Okay, but is there still hope for those of us who waited till the last minute?
There is still hope. If you go online, mocorec.com, check out our guide. You can search and filter by age and see what's still available. We certainly have some free opportunities that are open to the masses, but we also still have some camps that have a few slots left.
Yes.
Okay, but for next year, we want everyone to be
prepared right after the holidays.
Yes.
Roughly around that second week of January.
Right. So it is the middle of winter here, and you need to start planning your summer.
Most definitely.
Definitely.
One of the things that the department offers is camp fairs, and we typically have them in 2 different locations, and we usually start that in January as well, before registration starts. So it's important for you to look out for the campfire date and come out where you'll learn about all of the different camps. Create your checklist of things so that when registration starts, you're prepared.
Yes, our camp fairs are really informative and they're a lot of fun for families. You come out, the kids have a bunch of activities that they can do, and parents have time to talk to contractors and camp staff to really start to understand what programs we offer.
Yep.
Registering in January also just allows you the time to do a payment plan if you need that, to get financial aid if that's what you need as well, to really make summer a little bit more affordable, because we know it can be a tough time of year for families financially, in addition to just the chaos of having your kids home for 10 weeks or so. Okay, so let's talk about the camps that we offer. We offer a wide variety of camps. So Derrick, you guys really focus a little bit more on the elementary school age kids. So let's talk about what you offer for them.
We have sport camps, STEM camps, therapeutic and recreation camps, summer fun centers, summer outdoor adventures, cooking camps, magic camps, dance camps. We have tons of camps that can provide you that consistency that you're looking for 10 weeks.
So it's really about finding what's right for your kid, right?
Absolutely.
So we've got a wide variety of options. You have half day and full day?
We have half day and full day option for some camps.
Okay.
Depending on the location, but you can locate all that in the guide.
Awesome. And Marhonda, your team really seems to focus on our teens. So do teens need camp?
Yeah, most definitely. The fun doesn't stop when you're out of elementary school. So we offer a lot of activities and camps for middle schoolers and high schoolers. And it's important to my team that they customize that experience, because the camp isn't the same as when they were going to a summer fun center camp or art camp with one of our providers for elementary age youth. It really is designed for middle and high school and the teens and the things that they want to see now.
Yeah, I have a teenager at home, so I can't imagine. I mean, that's a tough crowd, right? So really creating an experience for them that they're going to enjoy is no easy task, I'm sure.
Exactly. Yes. We fill our teen programs with field trips, on-site specialty activities such as cooking and STEM. We bring out workshops. We have opportunities for them to earn service learning hours. They go to the pool, so lots of things to keep them engaged and connected, and also a lot of team building so that they can connect with new friends and have a really great experience.
Awesome. All right. So as we're getting close to summer, this is really time for parents to start preparing for camp. So now your kid is registered. And so now we're really going to just make sure that not only our kiddos, but our parents are ready for the first day of camp. So one of the things that parents need to be working on right now are some of those camper forms. Talk to me about those forms and which ones do they really need to focus on now?
So the main one, if they have medication, we want you to get that medication filled out by the doctor. New this year, Whether you are providing a non-prescription or prescription, it must be signed by a doctor.
So if my kid needs to take, I don't know, Claritin, it still needs to go through a doctor and get signed.
Correct.
Okay,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
really similar to schools, right? For schools, you have to get all those medication forms signed too, but it needs to be an updated one. You can't just take the one that you maybe provided to the school earlier in the year.
Well, you could, along the date is extended through the summer.
Okay.
So that's the best practice we started asking parents to do is when the doctor fills out your form in September, have them dated all the way for the whole 12 months.
Yes, time saver, so you don't have to go back to the doctor again. Okay, and so what about accommodations? If your child needs an accommodation, is there a form that they have to fill out for that?
You would send an email to rec.inclusion.
Okay.
You also note it when you register, and we run a report, and we will do our best to find you a companion, working with different agencies, different teams within the department to accommodate your child.
Perfect. So that email should go to rec.inclusion at
MontgomeryCountyMD.gov.
Perfect. And then the form. So do I hold on to that medication form or do I need to send it to you now?
You should send it to rec.nurse@MontgomeryCountyMD.gov.
Lots of email addresses.
Yes, lots of email
going around.
addresses. And that is on the form. On both locations, it's on the form. You send that in at least 14 days. It gives us an opportunity for our nurses to review what is needed for medications and to be at your site to make sure your camper is safe for the summer.
Awesome. All right.
I'll just add, we have all those camp forms readily available on our website. Again, www.mocorec.com, where you can download and get that in as well. I will also say, pay attention to your email. Whatever you use to register for us, our camp staff are going to be reaching out, also providing lots of details about the camp that you've registered for and opportunities to turn in that paperwork.
Yeah, it's so important to make sure that the information you have on your active Montgomery account is up to date, especially your email address and your phone number, because if we need to reach you, that's how we're going to try to contact you. So pay attention to your email. If there's an issue with your email address, please make sure you go in and update it on your account. Okay, so let's talk about some other kind of first day things for summer camp. So can I just kind of roll up to the school, open the door, let my kid out, and let them check themselves in?
So each site's going to be different. Okay. But you will not be just dropping them off and letting them walk in the door. Okay.
So parents need to park, parents need to walk their child in and check them in for the day.
Possibly. You might park and just walk up. It might be a tent, a table outside for you, and we'll be outside, curbside greeting, allowing you to sign in to make the transition from going to camp and you going to work. Seamless.
Especially on that first day where we have to make sure that all of the paperwork is complete and we have everything to make sure that your child is safe and prepared for camp.
So even our teens, on that first day, we need to make sure that we take them ourselves and make sure that everything is kind of completed and ready to go before we leave them for the day.
Most definitely.
Yes.
Okay. And what do campers need to bring with them? I mean, I know my teen is probably like, I've got my AirPods and my cell phone and my Apple Watch and I'm good to go. But that's not what they need to take with them.
No, not at all. We have our camp day filled with engaging activities that hopefully they won't even think about needing to look at their cell phone, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
It's a break from the electronics. And so it's important that they bring a refillable water bottle. We have water stations where they can make sure they stay hydrated all summer. And any sunscreen, there's a form for that. So if parents want their young person to bring sunscreen to camp, they can complete that and get that into us.
Lunch,
yes.
Lunch. Bring a lunch. Okay. Snacks. Again, water bottles. We're gonna be outside. We're gonna be active all day. So staying hydrated is very important. If you need a hat, wear a hat. Shorts, closed-toe shoes.
We encourage
no
sneakers.
Flip-flops.
Right. Again, we're going to be active. They're going to be running and playing, and we want to make sure that they're safe. And so it's important for them to bring sneakers.
Yes.
So really making sure that our kids are ready for hot outdoor activities.
Yes.
Okay, great. So lunches, you mentioned lunches. Do we try to stay away from nuts? So peanut butter and things like that?
We ask that parents don't pack peanuts due to other participants might have peanut allergies. But if they do come with peanuts, if you let us know, and then we can move them to a different table and keep the allergies away.
And obviously, if your child has any allergies, you need to make sure that that's all documented on your camper health form so that we can ensure their safety while they're in our camps. Okay, pickup. So, I get stuck at work. Happens every once in a while. Can I just call any random neighbor to come pick up my kids?
No, that's not quite how it works,
Right.
but we also understand emergencies happen. And so the main thing about that is communication. So the first point of communication is when you complete that form. You'll let us know how your camper is going to get home for that day, whether they're going to be allowed to walk home at camp dismissal or they're going to be picked up by a parent or authorized adult. And some of our camps also have bus. So if they're able to get home by a bus. So just make sure you're communicating who is available to pick up, and then our staff will make sure that that person is authorized before they release the camper.
And if there's an emergency, there's usually a phone number for that camp or an email address for that camp where I can communicate with you the day of and let you know that something's going on.
Yes, you should be getting newsletters
Okay.
at your camp weekly, if not bi-weekly, that will have that phone number that you can contact that camp directly, that camp staff directly, and you can let them know that you're either running late because of our beltway traffic, you know.
Traffic, I don't know what you're talking about.
Not here.
Or you know, you have to stay at work late, right? Because those things happen.
Yeah.
And let us know who's come picking up, and we're going to ask a lot of questions then.
Okay. And do adults need to bring a driver's license or some form of identification with
They
them?
do. We want to make sure that the adult matches with who's authorized to pick up. And
Great.
so eventually you may not have to. They might not ask for it, but you never know when we might have new staff on site that needs to verify.
So we should just always be prepared and have our ID on us.
Yeah, it's for your child
Excellent.
safety.
Absolutely. Okay. I want to talk a little bit about other opportunities for teens, right? So summer camps, a lot of teens think maybe they're too old for them. They don't want to do it again. Maybe they want to start getting some work experience in during the summer. So Montgomery County Recreation really has a lot of opportunities for them. Talk to me about some of those.
Yeah, so excited this year. Our latest edition of the Teen Guide has come out, so we're super excited. It's filled with opportunities for middle and high schoolers. If they are interested in just a one-day pop-up, we have the Teens Day Out. That's been very popular during the school year, so we're bringing it back this summer.
Great.
They go on field trips. They've been to Sandy Spring Adventure Park, skating, bowling, and so we have a good lineup again for them this summer. We also have Teen Night Out. That's new this summer. It's going to be at Upper County, so they're going to be at Upper County Outdoor Pool as well as the rec center, doing a lot of fun and engaging activities. Those are going to be Fridays in July.
Can we have that for parents? Parents night out someday? That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We have a series of evening events. So we're excited about our basketball series for those new to basketball, semi-pro at basketball. We have tournaments scheduled. We also have series where they can do pickup games, 3v3. We have a volleyball league.
We do have a volleyball league.
Awesome.
As well as a volleyball camp.
Yeah. We're doing a street hockey program. We're doing a tennis program. And so just lots of unique opportunities for our middle and high schoolers.
Awesome. And I'll say, so my teenager has participated in Teens Day Out before, right? And, you know, when I first told her she was going to go, she kind of rolled her eyes and was like, oh my gosh, what are you making me do? But when I went to pick her up, she didn't want to leave, right? She had so much fun. She met so many great people. Your staff was so engaging, right? That she immediately just kind of bonded with everyone. And then it was like so hard to get her out of the building. So your kids might kind of complain a little bit in the beginning, but I guarantee you that these programs are so well done and really created with a teen in mind. And so they will not want to go, and they will be looking forward to the next one.
Exactly.
For sure.
Let me tell you about our Summer Leadership Challenge program.
Okay.
It's been a historic program in the department, but over the past couple of years, we've added some specialty versions. New this year is the adventure one, and we also have a coaching and officiating. So if you have a young person who's interested in sports, maybe they're a student athlete, and they think they want to go in that career path, the coaching and officials will actually leave them with a micro credential where they can tag, maybe possibly work with our rec department in our sports to help do some line refereeing for soccer or help with our youth basketball program. So super excited about that new opportunity. And I know there's spots still available.
Awesome. And you guys still have the aquatics one, right?
We do. Learn to be a lifeguard.
Yes.
So that 2-week experience where they're getting some leadership workshops and having some fun, they're also learning how to pass the lifeguarding test. And if they attend that camp, they get to go to a lifeguarding class hosted by our department for free, and hopefully get on payroll and work with us in the summer at one of our pools.
Nice.
Also wanted to add the junior council program that happens at our summer fun centers, where a lot of participants, they turn into junior counselors and possibly counselors later on, where they earn SSL hours.
Excellent. So we really start working with our teens early to really prepare them for that first job opportunity with the county. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, Montgomery County Recreation is one of the largest teen employers in the county, right? And
That's
so
fun fact.
it's a
about
fun
us.
fact, right? So we really do provide those opportunities, but the best part is we don't just give them the opportunity, we prepare them for it.
Yes,
so
we do.
That's awesome. You mentioned the teen guide. The teen guide and the summer camp guide are all on our website, like you said, mocorec.com. If you just scroll down a little bit, you see the guide button, you click there and you can either download it or view it online. You can also always call customer service. But what if I have a specific question about a camp? Can I call you guys or your teams directly?
Absolutely. You can.
Awesome. And so how do I do that?
Yeah, so if you're interested in any of our team programs, you can reach out to our team directly at 240-777-8080.
Great. And for kind of the
And
countywide
for kind of the
camps?
countywide camps, and contract camps, 240-777-6870.
6870. Okay, great. And customer service is 240-777-6840. And our customer service staff can always direct you to the right person if you're just not sure who you need to speak with. Summer camp is so important, right? I mean, as a parent, it's important, but as a child, summertime, that's when you build all those memories, right? I remember going to the pool and just jumping off the diving board or, hanging out with friends. But this is just a great way to kind of do that in a safe environment, right? With responsible adults, and really help keep our kids engaged and active all summer long without being on maybe the tablets or the phones, right, or on the PlayStations for too long.
Yeah, most definitely. Our mission over there at Youth Development, our vision rather, is to keep young people healthy, productive, and connected year round, right? And summer is no different. We offer all types of activities that do that.
Excellent. So we are so excited for camps. Most of them start right around the 24th of June, correct?
Yep.
Right? So right after school ends, our kids get right into summer camp. We encourage you to be prepared. Make sure you talk to your kids about their first day, what to expect, and reach out to us if you have any questions. We are always here to help walk you through that process and really make sure that your summer is as enjoyable as possible for the kids and maybe as predictable as possible and as organized as possible for parents. So thank you so much for joining me, you guys, today. This was great.
Absolutely.
We had a really great conversation about summer camps, and we're so excited to just get started here.
We are too. Can't wait to see you guys.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us for this episode of Inside Recreation. We'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.